Hey, this is Math Minutes Pro with Dr. Harrison. Today, we will talk about how to solve a two-step equation. We're also going to review the inverse operations, also known as properties of equality, when solving a two-step equation. So, there are four basic properties of equalities or inverse operations. We call them inverse operations because they usually undo the operation that you're looking at in the equation so that you can balance the equation. So we have the addition property of equality, the subtraction property of equality, the division property of equality, and multiplication property of equality. Today, we're going to focus on the addition and division properties of equality. So let's start with our equation. I'll go ahead and write it down. We have 3 times x minus 4 equals 11. So this is a basic equation. I'll take some time to outline the steps as I solve this problem. There are 2 steps in particular we're going to be looking at, and I just want to make sure we make those steps explicit, if you will. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, we want to solve for x, the variable. And in order to solve for x, we need to get rid of 2 numbers. We need to get rid of the 3, which is also known as the coefficient. A coefficient is a number in front of a variable. And we need to get rid of this constant 4. If we get rid of these 2 numbers, we will have isolated the variable or got x by itself. So notice we have 3 times x minus 4 equals 11. We're going to first start by getting rid of this constant 4. So what's the opposite of subtracting 4? Right, adding 4. That is the addition property of equality. So we're going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. And we do it to both sides to balance the equation. All right. This is known as step 1. So I'll write that over here. Step 1. All right, very good. Adding 4 to both sides of the equation is step 1. Now we go back to the left side. We add down. 3 times x plus 0 is 3 times x. Negative 4 plus positive 4 is 0, so we cross that out. We don't have to write 0. Keep moving across, bring down the equal sign, and then add down again. 11 plus 4, that's 15. Okay, so step number 1 gave us 3 times x equals 15. X is almost by itself. Now, we ask ourselves, what can we do to get rid of the 3? What's the opposite of multiplying x by 3? Yes, dividing, also known as the division property of equality. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to divide both sides of this equation by 3. I'm going to write this again and divide both sides of the equation by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so that crosses out. I'm going ahead and make this second step explicit. This second step is right here. We're going to call that step number 2. Okay. Step number 1, we added 4 to both sides of the equation. Step number 2, we divided both sides of the equation by 3. We bring down the x equals 15 divided by 3 is 5. We have successfully solved for x, where x equals 5. So quick review, we added 4 to both sides of the equation, brought down 3 times x equals 15. I rewrote that 3 times x equals 15 to make step 2 explicit. We divided both sides of the equation by 3. That's division property of equality, x equals 5. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page in my video description below. On my Patreon page, you can get access to exclusive math lessons, study tips, live Q&A, and more. See you next time.